Hello and welcome to Cavs Daily, your one-stop shop for everything Cavs related. I'm your host, Paul Williams. Appreciate you all being here with me today as we are on the push to almost just a month until NBA season tips. If you're a fan of the league, fan of the Cavs, fan of basketball, fan of sports, just a fan of any type of competition in general, this is the place for you. We'll be touching on everything Cavalier related and keep a pulse on the NBA overall. If you could, before we get started, please hit the like, subscribe, comment, share, yell at me, all the stuff. And outside of that, let's get to the first topic of the day as Donovan Mitchell showing some real leadership skills, as he has done honestly his whole time being a Cleveland Cavalier. Just on the heels of the real training camp starting in less than 2 weeks now, Donovan Mitchell just recently gathered some of the young guys on the team and had a little mini camp. It was mostly outdoors training from what we could see, but he brought along Luke Travers, Naquan Tomlin, Tyrese Proctor, and I think a couple other guys as well. But it was mostly the younger guys taking part as a lot of the veterans are still healing up, things of that nature. But it was good to see Donovan just kind of continuing to take steps in his leadership trajectory. Stuff like this might not seem like a big deal on the surface, but when it comes to team unity, team chemistry, and just having a real leader that doesn't just talk the talk, but also walks the walk, these things are big and they do earn respect from your teammates. And Donovan is just entrenching himself more and more as the leader of this squad. And it's great to see. And these guys can really get better and learn from this. Anytime you're working out or playing against any type of peer contemporary, it pushes you to go harder, to do better. You pick up things from the people that you're training with or practicing with, and it does make a difference, especially for the young guys. So I wouldn't be surprised if these little things add up, and some of these guys that have been putting in work with Donovan, like Amani Banks, or I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep calling him Amani Banks. I've never said that in my life until I get on here. But Amani Bates has also been putting in work with him, and that stuff can really translate for these young guys. And even if it isn't just on a skill level, just picking up some of the traits of a true star of the league, a true professional, that stuff does matter a lot, and it does make a difference when it comes to the young guys growing and getting better, both on and off the court, and just the team as a whole, as far as team chemistry goes, and having a leader you can really look to and trust in them. So, kudos to Donovan Mitchell for just nonstop, always seeming to do the right thing and make. I mean, at least me and I would guess most Cavs fans really comfortable knowing we have someone like that at the helm, that type of guy as our leader and our star, our go-to guy. It's great to see. Keep it up, Spida. I think it will pay off this season. Now, on to the next topic of the day, which kind of coincides with what we were just talking about because some of those traits are in what Donovan's doing right now. And we're going to talk a little bit about uh, some of the traits that you see in most champions in the NBA and really in all sports. I mean, it is a known thing across the sports. There are just some traits a team has that is what it takes to win a championship. And if you look back at most post or past champions, they did share a lot of similarities. Having a strong defense you can rely on when it comes down to crunch time, especially in big playoff games, that's always super duper important. Having a star, especially in the NBA, having a star you can rely on, a true go-to guy, someone that can rise up and be a superstar in the biggest moments, that's usually needed. And sometimes just having that superstar can help other guys become a star and become the star you didn't know you needed. Like how Jokic brings so much attention in Denver that Jamal Murray got to be a hero and a star many times in the playoffs, and that still correlates with Jokic and what he's doing. And I think the Cavs do have that in Donovan. But yeah, that's just another trait of a championship team is having that dominant superstar you can go to when you need them the most. Uh, Efficient scoring, efficient offenses are also a pretty similar trait. Teams that can score without having to have a lot of turnovers or a lot of things go their way to get extra shots up. Teams that can score efficiently against tough defenses that really clamp up in the half court and during playoff time. That's another big trait. And outside of the court, things like team chemistry and real bonds within the team and with the coach. Players like having real respect for their head coach or having real connections, real relationships with their head coach. I mean, look at Michael Jordan. He didn't win any till he got Phil Jackson, and he didn't seem happy with the coaching situation until he got Phil Jackson. The Cavs in 15-16, we were doing very good with David Blatt, but Tyrone Lue took us to the next level and won us a championship. And I think that had a lot to do with his relationship with LeBron James in particular, but with Kyrie too, and with all the players. That matters. And you could just see the difference between Lue and Blatt when it came to that type of stuff. And you see who won the championship. It was Tyrone Lue. So having that relationship with a coach, or at least a coach that is well respected, that's huge. And just enjoying your teammates and having real friendships, real bonds, both on and off the court, also makes a heck of a difference. I mean, you see it with almost every championship team. Even OKC last year, you saw how, well, if you were on social media at all, you saw how much they hung out and did skits together, and you could just tell they really liked each other off the court. And yeah, those are just some of the traits that you see in championship teams. And I think the Cavs have a lot of those traits. I think some are still being developed and can be worked on. And that's actually what we're going to talk about in this segment, which is what could be the difference for the Cavs this season to take that next step and not have a disappointing second round exit, but at least make the finals and make the run we know that they're capable of. What can they do different from past years, or what needs to change from past years for them to take what seems like the final step to play in the NBA Finals for the first time since 2018? To me, the biggest thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking what the Cavs could do different to fully realize their championship potential, and it's a trait, and another trait that most championship teams has, is that physical and mental toughness in the most critical moments. I think the Cavs have the roster, they have the stars, they have the coaching, they have the chemistry, but do they have the mental and physical toughness to get over the hump when things get tough, which we all know they will at certain times? I mean, the Cavs have shown toughness, and they've shown that they have taken some steps as far as toughness in that entire department goes, but they still do have a little bit of a ways to go, and I think that's going to be the biggest difference in if they can, excuse me, finally win that championship. I think they really do have just about everything else it takes to be a championship team. Now it's just taking that final step and really developing that toughness to push them over the top. And I mean, we saw it last year with the injuries, whether it was them just not being built to push past 82 games and still have enough in the tank to give it your all in the playoffs. They they scaled back the minutes last year, so You would think the guys would have been fresher and healthier going into the playoffs, but we saw what happened. So, is there another level of physical toughness we can get to as well as the mental toughness? I think some moments, like a couple years ago in the first round when we played the Magic in Game 7, fell down by, I think, 18 points in the second quarter and came back and won in a comfortable fashion. To me, that showed a lot of mental toughness and growth. Right after that series, Game 2 in Boston in the second round, we blew them out. They really didn't have a chance. That showed me a lot, and I was very happy with that. So they have taken steps as far as the mental side goes. Now let's just see if they can all physically be there when it matters the most, and that's in April, May, and June. So if there's anything that the Cavs still need to improve on to take a step into a championship team, not just having the potential to be that, I think it is their physical and mental toughness, and we'll see if they can improve on that this season. Now, to the final topic of the day. Should the Cavs bring back their old friend Cedi Osman? If you're not familiar with Cedi Osman, we won't hold it against you. He was a Cav for a while. He was a Cav with some buzz for a while. He overlapped playing with LeBron and without LeBron in the between the 2017, 18, 19 seasons. Seti is a 30-year-old former first-round pick of the Cavs, or I'm sorry, second-round pick of the Cavs in 2017. We took him with the 31st overall pick. He played with the Cavs for his first 6 years before playing in San Antonio in the 23-24 season. Um, he had his ups and downs with the Cavs. He got big playing time the couple years preceding LeBron leaving. So the 2018-19 season, 19-20 season, he in 18-19 he played 32 minutes a game. So he got a lot of playing time. He's a stretch forward. He can play the small forward, the shooting guard, or the power forward in a pinch. Not the most physical guy, but he is tall, long, 6'7", 6'8", can defend decently. When he got his chances, he did okay with the Cavs. He averaged double digits 4 seasons in a row for the Cavs. That was during a lot of our dark times, though, and he had never averaged over 13 points a game. Most recently, he played in the EuroLeague last season, and while he did re-up to play again in the EuroLeague this season, there's always chances for buyouts and ways that an NBA team can bring a player over. And yeah, it just seems like a logical fit if Seti was going to consider coming back to the States. He's coming off FIBA Eurobasket run where he was one of the best players in the entire tournament representing Turkey. He made second team all tournament and was really just one of their go-to guys as they made it all the way to the championship before eventually falling to Germany. But yeah, that got Osman's buzz back up, and I don't think he'd be a horrible option for the Cavs. I don't think it's realistic at this point in time. I think he's pretty locked into staying in the EuroLeague for at least this season, but who knows? Maybe they are talking behind the scenes, and you can never have enough depth with players that are interchangeable at the 3 or the 4 that are long and can guard different positions. So I wouldn't rule it out if I were the Cavs, but that's also not like our biggest need at the moment. And he's got a pretty good contract in Europe. He signed a 2-year deal after playing on a 1-year deal last year. So I don't see it happening. I know when people saw his name pop up because of the Eurobasket tournament, that connection started to be made, but I don't see it, guys. I don't think we're going to see Cedi Osman in a Cavs uniform this year or next year or ever again, but I could be wrong. Who knows? That's just my take. And if you have enjoyed at all listening to my takes or at least like what I talk about, just don't agree with it, I appreciate you guys taking the time just to give me that chance, and I hope you'll stay along for the ride as we will be posting shows every single day until the season starts. and then through our championship run. With that, we're going to wrap this one up. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day until then.